also witnessed a moment of transition and hope. On behalf of the government of the Republic of Liberia, I extend heartfelt congratulations to His Honor, Yemi Kool, Chief Justice, as he assumes the highest judicial office in our republic. We commend his expressed determination to pursue long-needed reforms within the judiciary, reforms that will strengthen the rule of law and restore the confidence of our citizens. Equally, we welcome His Honor, Walker and the new Associate Justice, whose appointment brings new energy, experience, perspective to the bench. His inclusion is post-employed in September, representing the renewal of the judiciary and a continued effort to strengthen its integrity, balance, and independence. The role of the judiciary is safeguarding democracy. Our system of government is based on three equal branches: the executive, legislature, and judiciary. Each has its own language, but all share one separate obligation: to serve the Liberian people with integrity, fairness, and respect for the law. The judiciary stands as the ultimate guardian of liberty and fairness. It is here that every Liberian, rich or poor, educated or uneducated, must find protection and justice. When justice is blind to status, remains unbiased and fair in rulings, the people grow trust. Their institutions, democracy, first. At this point, I wish to recall an African proverb that says, the ruin of a nation begins in the homes of this people. This wisdom reminds us that justice, integrity, and order must begin in the heart of our institutions. If our courts are strong, our nation will flourish. If they are weak, the foundation of our democracy will not endure. In recent years, our citizens have voiced concerns about the slow pace of trials, the lack of transparency in proceedings, and the perception that justice sometimes ends.
He went back Africa. He built hospital for heart specialty. He built economy. The young man from Sierra Leone, Mohamed Alon, that John we are talking here, carry hero. He came back, he built economy. Don't we ever build economy in this country? Nothing. Don't we ever have a backyard fee for people to come after him? Nothing. How many persons don't we have ever produced outside of politics before coming to politics? Nothing. But we support the jobs we are on the basis, just on the basis of popularity. Think we are crazy no longer? No, we are not crazy. Not crazy. The time has come for the young people in this country to get support. And people saying, I don't have support, I don't have support. Are you kidding me? You know they need somebody beside chemistry. Yeah. You know they need somebody on chemistry beside chemistry. Kool. A grand came back on the robbers posted the other part of Liberia. They need somebody as a husband in this country. My forefather planted a seed politically in this country. It's unarguable. I left Dr. Farmer that supported we at the time on the basis of popularity. What changed? We gave you the country for 6 years. Why you brought a change for the people of this country? Somebody Ecuador. Look, you know, in politics, you got a bad person, life and time. The Bible said in the book of Ezekiel chapter 3 verse 1 to 2, there is time and season for everything. Your man need to take a time. The vice president got to take a time. He's so desperate for the presidency. But I will tell you for free, we are not here to see how best politically to remove Joseph Walker for the presidency. 2029, we carry Joseph Walker back to the presidency.
So.
Because we know
these concerns are legitimate. They demand urgent, courageous, and genuine reform. I am encouraged by the Chief Justice's vision to modernize court administration, improve case management, strengthen judicial integrity, and decentralize justice delivery. So that
How you doing, bro? Bro, how you doing? So, it's getting serious. It's kind of getting serious here. And so the situation is getting more serious. So what?
No. For Nima Kante. I'm the chief of operation.
Okay.
I came a few minutes. While taking 2 hours on the field, I saw a DA officer assaulting this officer.
Okay.
I tried to get him to understand what's going on. Allegedly, the DA officer, by the name of what? What a DA officer name? He said this officer took the flag.
Okay.
Again, a federal number in this school.
Okay.
One of the management, he was on the scene. He said that officer, the DA officer, was the one who attacked this officer.
Okay.
So that I asked the officer, I said, we are on a justice ministry. It will be prudent that we leave from here to get to our office.
Okay.
Which is?
The DA office. Okay, the checkpoint.
The officers there said no. The officers said no. I identified myself.
Many thanks for joining us on this wonderful, Tuesday morning, the presentation of the morning ride, the 14th day in October. The year stands at 2025. I'd like to welcome all of you. Hope you're having yourself a wonderful time following our broadcast on Kool 91.9, Kool Radio Online, Kool, and our YouTube channel as well. But we're certainly back here in Yamwegi Books, Ambassador Vibes, alongside Sakano is also here, who controls the sounds and video as well as you follow it. This is where we walk the walk and talk the talk, and as usual help to shift the paradigm of our democracy. Without fear, without favor, we speak undiluted truth, the very hard truth I say on this platform, whatever you are, at your doorsteps, in your offices, your bedside, your sick bed, at your business center, your offices, in your cars, whatever. But we are always here to bring some of this information to you. I want you to sit back, relax, and listen. Yesterday, now the October turn of court got on the way. The Chief Justice spoke, the President spoke as well. Now the Chief Justice say he inviting the General Auditing Commission to audit the immediate past administration of the former Chief Justice. For honors you, and what this for, we want to know. And the President and the Chief have called for a judicial reform of some of our laws in the country. We've spoken about this, And this is where we are. Is it to please the president? Is this to just do it? Or then we're going to be asking some of the very hard questions at the appropriate time. But I want you to keep listening. But while you're also following the broadcast, you have a chance to win cell phone, cash, and other stuff. By playing the radio entertainment Kool cash giveaway, you dial *799 *11#. $100 to play on your Lone Star MTN mobile account or 70 cents US. So you play multiple times, the chances are there for you to win. At least I got 3-4 questions before we leave the show this morning. We are here. So dial *799 *11#. $111 or 70 cents. So play two. You want to play 2 times, just put 2 before your mobile account thing. You want to play 3, you want to play 4, you just put in the number, make sure. So you play 2, that's 200. You play 3, that's 300. So keep playing this morning, or you just use the short code by dialing *799 *11. The option there, you can go and do it. But listen with comprehension. Some of you, I don't want you calling and deviating from what we have discussed. This government is under the spotlight. I want you to picture it, please. And let me say good morning to all of you. Good morning to Mr. Zizi Bien, Mrs. Dory Bien. Good morning to Eating Blessing Bien. Good morning to all of the folks who usually follow our Councilor Peter Bonajala. Good morning to Dr. Rex Dine. Good morning to John Jacobs. Good morning to all of the folks who would normally follow the broadcasts and follow us this day. Let me say happy pre-birthday to you. Salome Bien, you celebrate your birthday on next Tuesday. We want to wish you all of God's chosen blessing as you celebrate your birthday. All of God's blessing upon you. Let's go ahead this morning.
Travel long distance to see fairness. As president, I reaffirm my commitment to supporting the judiciary's independence while also ensuring improvement of the conditions of our which our judges and magistrates. My administration will continue to support better training facilities, logistics for the courts. We will also encourage stronger collaboration between the judiciary, administrative and the Liberian National Association, all in pursuit of a more efficient and trusted justice system. As we pursue the arrest agenda of inclusive development, with Pillar 3 being the rule of law, we must never forget that justice and development are inseparable. The nation cannot progress where laws are ignored, where contracts are broken, and where weak have no recourse. Investors will come only where processes are predictable. The law is clear and respected, and citizens will pay. Honorable Supreme Court. On behalf of the bench, I have the honor to welcome Mr. Justice Cannon. Regrettably, Mr. Justice Cannon is unable to be once again due to ill health. We pray God divine healing upon him to return to us with a clean bill of health. Our vacation was also interrupted by the challenge to the result of the special by-election in District Number 5 in Makande, in which one of the candidates appealed the decision of the Board Commissioners or NEC confirming the election might be ruling to this honorable court. In obedience to the statute that mandatory requires this court to hear election dispute within 7 days of receipt, the full bench was recalled and the matter was heard, and this could render its final judgment. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, during our last session, of course, the whole hands of death
track few of our dedicated judiciary staff to include the following: Alfonso M. Kato, bookkeeper; Feston Hamon, chauffeur; Lancer Popo, fire Roosevelt William Philip; John Zoga, associate magistrate; Joseph B. Garner, secretary; Triple Swin, security; Boy Swin, Philip; Joseph B. Gibson, deputy marshal; and Benedict Jua, security supervisor at the court department. May the good Lord have mercy upon their soul. I am pleased to inform you that during the March 2025 of this court was several handed down to 7 opinions. Consequently, currently the court has a total of 480 cases on its docket, out of which 41 was filed during the last term of court. Our motion calendar stands at 7, and also we have 7 bills of information pending before this court. In line with the current policy of the court, these bills of information will be examined by the full bench of the Supreme Court to determine whether or not they contain merit to warrant a writ reform. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you will be recalled that during President Waka's first State of the Nation address, he made the following remark. Quotation: "Our justice system, which is meant to protect the innocent and punish the guilty, has been marred by inefficiency, corruption, and lack of public trust." Unquote. In my opinion, this remark was a wake-up call to the judiciary actors of this country for a meaningful reform. Quite recently, when I appeared before the Nigerian Senate, their questions and comments coincided with my own thoughts about the reform of the judiciary. So, the reform of the judiciary is a national concern and should be treated as a national priority. And like now, we have continued to say again and again, and it is befitting to reiterate on this occasion, that no meaningful reform of the judiciary is possible without adequate budgetary support. And that since the legislative and the executive branches of government are charged with the responsibility to allot the funding of our national government, a reform of the judiciary, by parity of that reason, rests squarely with the both branches of government. We here see the urgent need to reform the judiciary and are ready and prepared to proceed without any further delay. On this note, we will be remiss if we don't openly express thanks and appreciation to the current government of His Excellency for augmenting the Judiciary 2025 budget, following persistent advocacy by the local banks. This government has also substantially complied with the Financial Economy Act of the Judiciary during this current budget period, which are not happening for a protracted period of time. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this 2-month whole administration has commenced it in every way with the reform process. Immediately upon taking office, we realized the delay in disposing of cases, especially in some of the major courts in most rural counties. Particularly, we realized that in the commercial court, there are 3 judges, but only 1 courtroom facility was available to preside over matters. The commercial court, which were intended to expedite commercial activities and impact our economy, has been moving at a snail pace. We therefore immediately partitioned the courtroom into 2 separate courtrooms to enable 2 judges of the court to handle matters simultaneously. These are not completed. Due to the slow pace of the cases in the commercial court, lawyers have been avoiding the court. To some extent, the judges have been relaxed. Consequently, the court currently has 36 cases for kidnapping, which indicate that each judge may have a total of 12 cases if evenly divided. It is my hope that these cases will be expeditiously examined and clear out of the post-document with the present arrangement. In the same vein, we have observed that the criminal police, that is the sexual offense code, has a total of 106 cases of this document, out of which 190 accused persons are beyond bar, because sexual offenses are not available in this jurisdiction. Some of the accused have been beyond bar for close to 10 years. This claims the immediate attention of the Wesley Church. In that while it is true that rape is a serious capital offense, to have someone, to have 190 accused person in pre-trial detention, who innocent or guilt cannot be established, borders seriously on the question of the detainees' fundamental human rights. What happens at the end of the day, some of the pre-trial detainees are found to be innocent. This is worrisome. The sentence would have been punished for crimes that they did not commit. Predicated upon this, we immediately also order the partition of the criminal police, which by law is also presided over by 2 judges, so as to provide 2 separate rooms for both judges to preserve more cases at the same time, thereby reducing the number of pre-trial detainees charged for general and sexual-based offenses. We are considering similar action at the criminal code, that is the non-robbery code. We also, up to last Friday, had 219 persons in pre-trial detention. In a related development, the official of the Ministry of Justice met with the Chief Justice on September 24, 2025 to strategize the work parliament of the Monrovia prison, Central Prison, with discussed temporary solutions. However, I was going to remind the ministry official that the population of Liberians are 5 million plus. So, to have a prison facility of an entire country not exceeding 1,350 is unrealistic, especially considering that this government is fighting crimes, to include drugs, corruption, etc. I further reminded the Justice Ministry official that Nigeria is a post-war country and that most of the young adults today were born or grew up in violent environment. Therefore, it will require time to reduce crime in this country. I plead with the minister to realize that the construction of prison or correctional facility is part of development and contribute to peace and security. The lack of adequate prison facility in Nigeria is troublesome, because if the magistrate fails to remind a violent criminal who presents no criminal appearance bond, the magistrate is accused of bribery. On the other hand, if he sends the criminal to jail, he is told that the jail is overcrowded and no space. This makes our job very difficult as a minister. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the judiciary is an end user of the law, and as such, we are in a better position to know the challenges we face in interpreting the law. In line with the spirit of coordination and cooperation among the 3 branches of government, we have constituted a committee to draft a bill to be submitted to the legislature via the executive branch of government for the establishment of family and children court in Nigeria. There is an urgent need for a family court. At the moment, the issue of family, which include marriage, divorce, separation, children support, adoption, guardian of children, custody of children, etc., is being handled in bits and pieces by the probate court, civil law court, and the juvenile court, all of which are not only overcrowded but lacks requisite training, support, and experience to handle family matters. We call upon our national and international development partners to join us in support in this endeavor. Ladies and gentlemen, in an effort to battle corruption in the judiciary, we have established a division referred to as Judiciary Monitoring, Evaluation and Accountability Unit in the judiciary. The division will monitor, evaluate, and ensure accountability in all facets of the judiciary. This process will be a watchdog. This process will watchdog the performance of our judges in particular, the magistrates, and the entire judiciary staff.
That are fair and consistently enforced. Our collective efforts to reform and strengthen the judiciary, therefore, part of a larger mission to build a Liberia that is just, peaceful, and prosperous. To the honorable justices, judges, and magistrates across the country, I urge you to perform your duties with dignity, humility, and courage. The robe you wear is not a symbol of privilege or service. Let your judgment be guided by truth and conscience, and let every decision you make strengthen the people's trust in our cause. The lawyers and officers of the court, I say, you are the lifeblood of justice. Let ethics and professionalism guide your advocacy. Let your pursuit of truth be untainted by personal gain or influence. And to our citizens, remember that justice begins with how we treat each other. Let us all uphold fairness, compassion in our daily life. But justice is not a matter for the courts, but a culture of the people. As we mark the opening of this new court term, let us be kind of new reflection and recognition. The presence of our new Chief Justice and the new associate remind us that judiciary, like our nation, is capable of renewal and reform. Let us therefore work together, the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary, in pursuit of a justice system that is impartial, accessible, and worthy trust to our people. May the Lord bless our Chief Justice and the Associate Justices with wisdom and courage. May God bless the Supreme Court and all who serve the cause of justice. And may God bless the Republic of Liberia, as we think Liberia, Lord Liberia, and together with Liberia. Thank you.
That was the first President Joseph Wakat remarking at the formal opening of the Honorable Supreme Court of Liberia. So thank you, folks. And so Canada Spawn TV come to you live from the chambers of the Supreme Court of Liberia. I'm Miss Marion Jackson, and they bring you this live coverage.
The Judicial Monitoring Evaluation Unit will be empowered to visit all courts with or without notice, observe court proceedings in and out of open court, judging chamber, clerk office, sheriff office, take notes of all activities, including photographing, recording when necessary. Check court records to ensure whether or not the legitimate fines and fees, cost of court, etc., are collected and accounted for. In other words, the Judicial Monitoring Commission, under my decision, will be a powerful judicial police, ensuring performance and accountability. Corrupt some must go, all corrupt people must go. Look at here. I was there for the years. That's the legal community of response of discipline, commitment to duty, zero tolerance on corruption, and strict adherence to the moral and ethical conduct of lawyers over all duties. In this meeting, we emphasize that there will be total eradication of the commercialization of the courts and the unauthorized being currently charged by some juries employees, especially the office of the clerk, the sheriff, the bailiff, and court recorder will be seriously remanded when discovered. In this direction, we realize that there is a forum for the redress of complaints against judges and lawyers, but there is none for complaints against judicial staff. My administration has therefore established a permanent committee to investigate all judicial malpractice, but consider promptly and make appropriate recommendations for disciplinary action. The committee headed by the Assistant Court Administrator has been provided 2 mobile phones and 4 contact numbers, which have been placarded, distributed in both writing all over the country, throughout the country, to enjoy a brief, loyal, and participation to summarily file their complaint using SMS and WhatsApp messages. Let me reiterate that employees of the judiciary who are not certified with the present salary structure have the liberty to seek authority employment or engage in business activity as a librarian business company is budgeted. During the period of review, we recommended a total of 55 magistrates and 1 sitting judge for sexual offenses in local country. To His Excellency, President Joseph Momoke, thank you, Mr. President, for having appointed these people. I am pleased to inform you that the construction of the judicial complex in the 4th judicial section in Happen County is 70% completed, and the payment is also 70% completed. We have also completed the construction, furnishing, and dedication of the Ghana Ministerial Code, the Bureau Ministerial Code.
You listen to the Chief Justice, you listen to the President of the Republic of Liberia yesterday at the official opening of the October Term Court at the Supreme Court of Liberia. Now, this is what is on the platform, and this is what we've been asked and called for. The Chief Justice of Liberia has called for all of the, the judges and magistrates to declare the asset within 30 working days or face administrative action on them. And this is where we find ourselves. The President talked about reform, the Chief Justice talked about reform, because some of our laws in our country today seem not to be working. Whether it has lived its usefulness over a period of time, and there's a need to have a reform to see how it can better suit us in the current dispensation. So, and he did not stop there. The Chief Justice said on yesterday that they have extended invitation to the GNC to audit the immediate past administration of the former Chief Justice Yananyo. what took place. He was also there. But some people referring it to it as a bold step while he was there as Associate Justice. And that administration that he served in, and today he controls the judicial branch of government, to have called for audit, and the president also. How many Liberians might most likely see this as a witch hunt, because the former Chief Justice was nominated and confirmed by the Liberian Senate, and nominated by the former president? Will we now sit and just see this and say, oh, this is a witch hunt that we're going after this person? Are we now looking at some of these things that people might account for the stewardship on the serving position? Or he's doing this as a critical tactic to get at the former Chief Justice and other folks? But he also told us that we got 480 cases on their docket. What are we having these things? What are we still having? You listen to the Chief Justice, he's talking about people accused, pre-trial detained, some people behind bars for 10 years. Why? When we say some of these things, you just get up, take your telephone, get. Now, why are we having these things? Why will we having people behind bars for such number of time? Yet to be tried. You see. And the first branch of government, we hope that they follow all of these things, because the speaker was also present. This issue of audit in our country, the three branches of government, seems to be a very serious problem. You know, every time you hear people raise the issue of audit, at times people gang up against those who are advocating for it, and they make sure that they have them removed. Now, if the judicial branch of government that controls our laws in this country to make sure that we are law-abiding country or citizens, we asked to be audited for taxpayer money or whatever support that comes from outside Liberia, they make sure that the rule of law is upheld at any given time. So what do we say about the first branch of government, the legislative branch of government? Some time ago, when they pronounced that they were giving the green light to the GSC to go and conduct audit on them, that was just a mere statement today. We still yet to get the kind of an account for them. But they allot money in the budget for themselves. But we don't get any redress in terms how these monies over the years been used. Is the Jota Human Bwaga administration serious about it? Is it just a statement that was just made, or we will find these things coming to fruition to say, oh yeah, these things were actually actualized? The people said it and they did it. Where we are with this issue? Where we are with this issue? The Chief Justice have now said that they have instructed that all judges and magistrates who have not declared their access to do so within 30 working days or face administrative consequences. And that's what he said. And he said, we deem it proper to do so for the sake of our record, because in this country, that's why he said, the general notion is that everyone who serves in government is corrupt. Everyone who said, so the Chief Justice, that's why he said to the folks. So this is it, and this is where we find ourselves. So wherever you are, welcome. This is the morning ride, and I want you at the appropriate time, but listen to the folks again. What all the Chief Justice said.
In the same vein, we have also completed the renovation of the theme being my trip for the action that I did last week. Before I conclude, permit me to once again thank this government for the financial support which led to these successes today. However, we need to remind you, Your Excellency, that we are pleased with all these positive developments. But we are not satisfied, and we will not be satisfied until the modern Supreme Court, as indicated in our 5-year strategic plan, is constructed. As you are aware, the present building was constructed in the 60s and was not intended for the number of public buildings we have today. I therefore seek your indulgence, Your Excellency, to present to you an architectural design of the modern Supreme Court of Liberia. Mr. Marshal, will you please present the design to the President?
Justice and distinguished members and for enhancing public trust.
The ensuring performance and accountability. For ransom must go, all corrupt people must go.
September, representing the renewal of the judiciary and a continued effort to strengthen its integrity, balance, and independence. The role of the judiciary is safeguarding democracy. Our system of government is based on 3 equal branches: the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. Each has its own mandate, but all share one separate obligation: to serve the Liberian people with integrity, fairness, and respect for the law. The judiciary stands as the ultimate guardian of liberty and fairness. It is here that every Liberian, rich or poor, educated or uneducated, must find protection and justice. When justice is blind to status, remains unbiased and fair in rulings, the people will trust their institutions, democracy, first. At this point, I wish to recall an African proverb that says, like, the ruling of a nation begins in the homes of its people. This wisdom reminds us that justice, integrity, and order must begin in the heart of our institutions. If our courts are strong, our nation will flourish. If they are weak, the foundation of our democracy will not endure. In recent years, our citizens have voiced concerns about the slow pace of trials, the lack of transparency in proceedings, and the perception that justice sometimes ends under influence. These concerns are legitimate. They demand urgent, courageous, and genuine reform. I'm encouraged by the Chief Justice's vision to modernize court administration, improve case management, strengthen judicial integrity, and decentralize justice delivery so that no Liberians must travel long distance to see fairness. As President, I reaffirm my commitment to supporting the judiciary's independence while also ensuring improvement of the conditions under which our judges and magistrates work. My administration will continue to support better training facilities, logistics for the courts. We will also encourage stronger collaboration between the judiciary, administrative justice, and the Liberian National Association, all in pursuit of a more efficient and trusted justice system. As we pursue the arrest agenda of inclusive development, with the three being the rule of law, we must never forget that justice and development are inseparable. The nation cannot progress where laws are ignored, where contracts are broken, and where weak have no recourse. Investors will come only where processes are predictable. The law is clear and respected, and citizens will obey laws that are fair and consistently enforced. Our collective efforts to reform and strengthen the judiciary, therefore, part of a larger mission to build a Liberia that is just, peaceful, and prosperous. To the honorable justices, judges, and magistrates across the country, I urge you to perform your duties with dignity, humility, and courage. The robe you wear is not a symbol of privilege, of service. Let your judgment be guided by truth and conscience, and let every decision you make strengthen the people's trust in our cause. The lawyers and officers of the court, I say, you are the lifeblood of justice. Let ethics and professionalism guide your advocacy. Let your pursuit of truth be untainted by personal gain or influence. And to our citizens, remember that justice begins with how we treat each other. Let us all uphold fairness, compassion in our daily life. But justice is not a matter for the courts, but a culture of the people. As we mark the opening of this new court term, let us be kind of new reflection and reconnecting. The presence of our new Chief Justice and the new associate remind us that judiciary, our nation, is capable of renewal and reform. Let us therefore work together, the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary, in pursuit of a justice system that is impartial, accessible, and worthy of trust to our people. May God bless our Chief Justice and the Associate Justices with wisdom and courage. May God bless the Supreme Court and all who serve the cause of justice. And may God bless the Republic of Liberia, as we think Liberia, Lord Liberia.
That was the first President Joseph Wakat remarking at the formal opening of the Honorable Supreme Court of Liberia. So thank you.
Of Mr. Joseph Wakat and Cannon as the fifth justice of this court and your humble servant as the 27th Chief Justice of the Honorable Supreme Court. On behalf of the bench, I have the honor to welcome Mr. Justice Cannon. The gratitude Mr. Justice Cannon is unable to be with us today due to ill health. We pray God divine healing upon him to return to us with a clean bit of health. Our vacation was also interrupted by the challenge to the result of a special by-election in District Number 5 in Makande, in which one of the candidates appealed the decision of the Board Commissioners or NEC confirming the election might be ruling to this honorable court. In obedience to the statute that mandatory requires this court to hear election dispute within 7 days upon receipt, the full bench was recalled and the matter was heard, and this could render its final judgment. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, during our last and of course, the whole hands of death, track, few of our dedicated judicial staff to include the following: Alfonso M. Kachu, bookkeeper; Fekon Hamon, chauffeur; Lancer Popo, fire clerk; Roosevelt William Philip; John Zoka, associate magistrate; Joseph B. Garner, secretary; Triple Swin, security; Boy Swain, Philip; Joseph B. Gibson, deputy marshal; and Benedict Juas, security professor at the court department. May the soul, may the good Lord have mercy upon their soul. I am pleased to inform you that during the March 2025 of this court successfully handed down 57 opinions. Currently, the court has a total of 480 cases on its docket, out of which 41 was filed during the last 10 of court. Our motion calendar stands at 7, and also we have 7 billion information pending before this court. In line with the current policy of the court, these billion information will be examined by the full bench of the Supreme Court to determine whether or not they contain merit to warrant the writ prayed for. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you may recall that during President Wakai's first State of the Nation address, he made a following remark. Quotation: our justice system, which is meant to protect the innocent and punish the guilty, has been marred by inefficiency, corruption, and lack of public trust. Unquote. In my opinion, this remark was a wake-up call to the judiciary actors of this country for a meaningful reform. Quite recently, when I appeared before the Liberian Senate, their questions and comments coincided with my own thoughts about the reform of the judiciary. So, the reform of the judiciary is a national concern and should be treated as a national priority. In light thereof, we have continued to say again and again, and it is befitting to reiterate on this occasion, that no meaningful reform of the judiciary is possible without adequate budgetary support. And that since the legislative and the executive branches of government are charged with the responsibility of a lot
of the Chief Justice outlining some of the things that they intend to do under his administration. This is where we are now. He's calling for an audit and asking that judges and magistrates under his watch have 30 days to declare their assets. And he wants the immediate past administration of the former Chief Justice Siana to be audited, of which he was also part and parcel of. How many persons do we have to have doing such a thing? Is it just a charade or wanting to show transparency and accountability? Because you are seeing because we heard similar thing for the legislative branch of government. They told us that they were inviting, they are giving green light to the GSC, the General Auditing Commission, to go and audit them, because Liberians have been asking over a period of time. We allot money to you people. Can you tell us how you use this money? You know, how much was left? Let's look at the expenditure and all of what you did. And you heard him that they have set up a committee to fight the issue of malpractices in the judicial branch of government, where people, they will monitor and evaluate. But he said all of those who are magistrates or judges who fail to declare the assets within 30 working days will face penalty from the highest court in the land. We understood that 480 cases are before them. He talked about people who've been behind bars for over 10 years and so forth, yet to be tried. Why are we doing these things with the kind of population that we have? Will we now sit and somebody say, oh, this man is going after the former Chief Justice because she was nominated and confirmed by the Senate, nominated by the former president, the CDC-led government? Is it not? But he also was part and parcel of that government. He also worked. Today, he's the Chief Justice. And calling for an audit, he's not exempted. So, if he calling for, is he honest? Are we preparing now ourselves to uphold the rule of law into our country? Or we will just see this as something as a charade? You heard the president said they call for a reform. And we have spoken about that on occasion. Some of our laws need to be revisited as to whether these things are currently matching the current dispensation that we find ourselves in. Or we just say these things and just do these things. But you are the judges out there. You are the ones who are there to make some of these analysis understanding. So as you listen with comprehension. It's been a long time that we have heard that the judicial branch of government should be audited. Now we're hearing it from the current Chief Justice. What are these? Because he said there's this tendency or notion in Liberia that once you're in government, you corrupt. So they want to dispel that and disabuse the minds of the Liberian people who hold some of these views that these people are corrupt. And they need to do the needful. Yeah. So he said, the Chief Justice said, he has asked the General Auditing Commission to conduct a full audit of the immediate past administration of the former Chief Justice Siana Yeo. And for the record, this shows what appears to be the very first internal audit of a Supreme Court leadership in Liberian history. With the former Chief Justice be willing to avail herself and coordinate or collaborate with the team from the GSC that's a year-led audit? With the current Chief Justice, if he's caught into the web of financial malpractices, all of them were probably involved and cannot account for his stewardship while serving as Associate Justice, Justice in Chamber, and now becoming Chief Justice of Liberia, will we now reach a point at the end of the day we throw these things out? Or do we make some of these statements just to appease the people, to get them to understand that these people are transparent? Now, With people now in the opposition also decide to say that, oh no, the people, they do what they're doing. And you know, during the opening of the term of Kool, we saw Councillor Devon Congo with guitar playing at the place. You know, so when you ask the question, why do people really take Liberia and Liberia to be? You know, what are you going to that level? Yeah.
So, we want to say the leadership of the party still maintain its position that my party will go in a couple of days or a couple of times based on the assessment needs that will be done and the level of work that we are putting our advocacy here will be re-initiating our consistent action for the exit of President Mapaya from the University of Liberia.
Have we been able to assess?
When we come back, we will make sure that the lines are divided on all of the courts here. So let me say good morning to you again. This is Zizi Bien for always following the Morning Time of the show. This is Dory Bien and the pre-birthday lady Salome Bien as well. As you prepare to celebrate your birthday anniversary on next Tuesday, we wish you all of God's chosen blessing and you can enjoy yourself to whatever level you want to enjoy yourself. God is there with you.
Yes, it's Marie Manga. Have you heard about the one and only Marie Manga herbal supplement? Marie Manga is a Liberian-made herbal supplement. It helps to boost the human immune system to fight against cancer, pressure, and many other sicknesses. Meanwhile, people that used to sell the Marie Manga herbal supplement in Bon, Nimba, and Lofa. Yes, it's Marie Manga. Have you heard about the one and only Marie Manga herbal supplement? Marie Manga is a Liberian-made herbal supplement. It helps to boost the human immune system to fight against cancer, pressure, and many other sicknesses. Meanwhile, people that used to sell the Marie Manga herbal supplement in Bon, Nimba, and Lofa County has finally settled down in Moserado and its surrounding. The Marie Manga hot tea supplement is available now in the following office stations: Bonafan, opposite Mankumba Benu Tissue Factory, King Johnson Road and Clay Street intersection towards OES Transport Building. Kakata, Mangibi County, Bassa Community around the radio station. Ganta City, Glelu Community around the People Street, YMCA Junction. Kample City, Nimba County, Broad Street, opposite Facebook, Vonjama City, Lofa County. Yes, it's Marie Manga. Marie Manga hot tea supplement is yes, it's Marie Manga. Have you heard about the one and only Marie Manga herbal supplement? Marie Manga is a Liberian-made herbal supplement. It helps to boost the human immune system to fight against cancer, pressure, and many other sicknesses. Meanwhile, people that used to sell the Marie Manga herbal supplement in Bon, Nimba, and Lofa County has finally settled down in Moserado and its surrounding. The Marie Manga hot tea supplement is available now in the following office stations: Bonafan, opposite Mankumba Benu Tissue Factory, King Johnson Road and Clay Street intersection towards OES Transport Building. Kakata, Mangibi County, Bassa Community around the radio station. Ganta City, Glelu Community around the People Street, YMCA Junction. Kample City, Nimba County, Broad Street, opposite Facebook, Vonjama City, Lofa County. Yes, it's Marie Manga. Marie Manga hot tea supplement is a registered supplement with the Liberia Medicine and Health Product Regulatory Authority, LMHRA. For more information about the Marie Manga hot tea supplement, contact us on the following numbers: 0888 85 67 76, 0777 444 591, and 0775 4995 49. Yes, is Marie Manga, Labra own Herbert Supplement.
And Marie Manga, you know, the guys are doing extremely well. This is Liberia own. You will see some of the testimony, some of the things that they are doing there. You get there and you can surely explain your problems, and they will solve your problems well. But they're doing extremely well. This is Liberia own, a herbal supplement meant for the good of our country, meant for the healing of our people who've been sick for a period of time. So go but that's fine opposite the Kuma tissue factory, and you get there. The folks will actually serve you. It's not a shrine, it's not somewhere where people go to say, yeah, they will call sin and tell you who did this to you, who did that to you. So if you're expecting that, but this is Liberia own, it's not being imported, it's not something that was brought in the country by, you know, other means, but this is just Liberia own. But this is how I would like to welcome you to the broadcast this morning. Let me read some of the messages coming this morning on our social media handout. And Topa to Basque O. So I said, good morning, Kool FM, watching from Grand Cape Mount, T1 District, Bow Waterside District. And this one from Anthony in T Fire. He said, good morning, Ready Land. And Anthony S. Sibbe said, good morning, Kool. And Anthony Simon watching from EL Derry Baboon Beach Road, and this one comes from Papi Keita. He said, good morning, Kool family from Duport Road. And this one comes from Samuel. This one for Samuel Decoy. He said, following for Sunny Quality in my county. Alma Canip said, watching you live from Massa Bolatine, Wenside District, Lofa County. And this one for Amos S. Josiah, so watching from Lofi Foya. And this one for Anthony Zoga, said closely following ambassador. And this one for Thomas Chokon, say good morning, Kool from Sino County. And Akwe Bala Thomas, I'm following from my comfort zone in Dolotai, Magibi County. And this one comes from Usmani Diakete, said good. And this one from Moses Way. He said, good morning, better weekend, Mr. Vi. And I'm watching from the people, I'm watching you people from Manbake and Jefferson Eswa. I said, good morning from my end to you, Ambassador Wiki Brooks. And I'm Honorable Jefferson Eswa, following from New Series Township District number 1, Grand Bassa County. Thank for the update this morning. And this one from Conan Samson Kool say, I'm watching you this morning from Nimba Lokatu border. And this one from next on Tume say, I'm watching you from Ganta, Nima County. Matthew Williams say, I'm watching you from my home. And this one comes from Hendren T2 Junior say, I'm watching you from my resident in Kawa. Thanks for the update. Thank you as well for following us. And this one from Joseph FK say, good morning, Mr. Brook. Thank you for the update. Joseph FK following you from Duport Road, Zuba Time Community. And Murphy M. Green said, the reform the president talked about is working in there. CDC judges that are on the bench. Even the justice minister, he wants of those. And that's why he writes. And Zizi Ibn, as usual, say, good morning, my dear son. Always following us from Tinkersville. Ephraim as widow say, good morning, Kool family. And I'm following from Chicken Soup Factory Community. J. Edwin M. Saki Jr. say, following from Duport Room, Monrovia, Liberia. Sir Moses say, good morning. And I'm watching you from TU Campus, Maryland County. Yeah, the folks also of Maserati and other places are following the broadcast this morning and following exactly all that which I've said, and continue to say. You listen to the Chief Justice. Now he's calling for the immediate audit of the current past or the immediate past Chief Justice. He also said that will we see this as a witch hunt, or we see this as something that people can account for the stewardship while serving in position? Is this something again that people might sit and say, oh, it meant to get at people that under the watch of the former president George Weah is that they trying to get at people and they want to get at because since he nominated her, she was confirmed by the Senate CNIO, our former Honorable Chief Justice, that these things were Yami or also a member of that identical branch, and he was Associate Justice at the time. You see, 9 being sincere, honest, but they also called him for a reform of some of our laws. But what are we still having? Over 480 cases stay on the docket and yet to handle these things. You talk about a specialized committee being established in terms of monitoring and evaluating, making sure that all of the malpractices and corruption that are taking place in the judicial branch of government can be handled. Are we getting there, or this could just be? Is the first branch of government also watching and say, yeah, when these people are taking these bold steps, when do we come to see? And but he's also has called on magistrates and judges to declare the assets within 30 working days. And if the president stated that to some of the officials who have been fired him, why is he still reneging on taking action from these people? Because these things, by law, would just be another pronouncement and we don't have any account of these things. What are they hiding that they cannot declare their asset? Now, he's now calling. Would the executive, would the legislative branch of government see this and say, look, we need to be audited because they made pronouncement that they have given a green light to the GSC, but yet we have not yet taken the first or 2 steps in that matter. But while you also find the broadcast, you have the chance to win for yourself some cash this morning. $4,000, you know. So you go and play the Kool Radio Entertainment giveaway, Kool Cash. You dial *799 *11 hash, $100 Liberian or 70 cents. Play multiple times, and I will call your number up. Let me see how the numbers go on. Play multiple times, and you will smile and thank me later. So you dial *799 *11 hash. Play multiple times. It's $100 Liberian or 70 cents. Make sure you got money on your Lone Star MTN mobile account. So you won't play 3 times, just put 3. You put your pin there. You won't play 4 times, 5 times. You'll win. Somebody winning back, cell phone, cash fights. So continue to play, or you use the short code by dialing *799. Have the option 11. Go there, play, and thank me later. It's time for you to have your say on this matter, and you listen to exactly what we have discussed. Please stick to what we discussed. Now, the judicial branch of government is calling for transparency and accountability. What happened to the executive? What happened to the legislative branch of government? Now, he have asked the General Auditing Commission to audit the immediate past administration of the former Chief Justice. Will we now see this as witch hunting, or we see this as a new step in the direction of accountability to the taxpayer who pay these people, that you can account for your stewardship, and asking judges and magistrates to declare the asset within 30 working days or X things will happen. You heard the president, he also spoke about the issue of reform. So that *799 *11 hash, you play $100 Liberian or 70 cents US and win for yourself. Fabulous prizes, catch, motorbike, cell phone, rice, book gas, and other things. But let's go to the lines now and talk to our callers on the line. You're live. Let's hear you. Hello? Yeah, go ahead. Okay. When you are not prepared, don't get on the lines. You know, you got to be focused and be prepared to make your contribution on this show. It's not where we come to play. But let's go to the lines and talk to some of our callers again. You're live.
Good morning, sir.
You're welcome, Chief.
Yeah, my name is Kool.
Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, see, this our justice system shouldn't go back executive. The justice system should be the justice system. Not after the past government is when they appoint Chief Justice, and they want Chief Justice to do what they say. It's very wrong for this country. It's very wrong for us, my brother. we want our country to be straight, then the justice system be by themselves. They shouldn't take order for the executive. It's very wrong. Thank you.
Okay, thank you as well. They should not take instruction from the executive. They should be independent in the word of Chokomatis on this line this morning. Your life.
Good morning, Vicky Boss.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, Vicky Boss, thank you so much. Hey, John, Mama, GSA wrote this with his mother, Abby, Vicky Boss, thank you so much. You have said them all. And I agree with the chief justice. Meaning, chief justice is not responding.
But most of the time, people see audit as something that people go after people wish hunting. That's how people normally see these things. But we want people to account for the stewardship. But when somebody courts are made, it's been politicized, and people think that you want to go to a particular person because this person was appointed or nominated by a particular person that you and they not in the same political line.
Yeah, we can go send you. You have said that all. They have said that the government is a good government. Let the say that is not Wisconsin because President Bola government people said that President Bola government can work. So it's happy to jump on. And then you come in the society of President Bola who and then you come get it money.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Let's talk to other callers because there are a lot of things to talk about. Good morning.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
good morning to this. This is coming before I appoint from Atta this morning. We did, and for me, it's a good test and in the right person. You know, the reason why we want to express is that we don't collect. We take over any office, you don't even know why it's happening from. And it's a good thing for the government to go and start where you need from. Because we were part of it. If there's any other tool, for them to do before you take. So let us start with that audit and let's see what happening there and what there are many cases laying down. So what innocent people are done for nothing. Innocent people. Man can go and say, oh, we did not do it. Then the God will to I think the state wanted to start to pass out some of these cases so that innocent people cannot be in jail. And there is another people. We got to account for what we do. And I know that those people are going to get the other big thing. But it should not be so. Only it's not a wish point. It's to know that you are here playing and you are going playing. Thank you this morning.
Thank you for being part of the conversation. Keep playing as well multiple times. You have the chance to win for yourself some cash or something fabulous this morning. But *799*11# and you play $100 or 70 cents US. So you play multiple times, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Make sure you got money on your Lone Star MTN mobile account and you will thank us later. Let's talk to this caller on the line. Good morning.
Good morning, Ricky.
Good morning.
So Ricky, I don't know what to write for audit in like you want to get better is one of the ways that I get better. Because with it you will also put scared fear in a lot of people can come in about things say they kind of reach yourself and forget about all and take the money and carry to reach yourself, gain a children and forget about all. This kind of way of doing like if you check your in the if they really need it well for the blower in the next 3 to 4 years, I tell you, like God doing the best country because people will not take what belongs to them, they will not take what belongs to them. If you check it out, but because of people saying that with all we can say so I myself we are living more, we are not price so rather than doing more get consider me because that notion that we have way back. They are killing up without making it see nothing is happening that God. All the people that meant for God, one single 2 people are getting it and nothing can already when you go to hammer there. They're supposed to go and say, oh, we can't protest. They can't carry energy and everyone. But we keep everything have been done. Like that, the judges get a lot of cases that we have on pen. She doesn't know about it. Like, one of the people that do get a judge system. Because I'm very happy that when you go to police, they say for your case, if you get money and I get money, you must have to take it. If you say give me $1 billion, my money, you must have to case. When you get money, they will not go to my say. They will not go to case because when you get money, okay, go buy or whatever, put in my mouth.
Okay. Thank you. Let's talk to other callers. You're live.
Mr. Bro, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I will say good morning to the SLS, to the Baka, and the Christmas here in America. This is somewhat deeper than I'm going for over my video. So let me appreciate you guys for your quick before pushing forward. You see, I think like somebody said, it's a right step in the right direction. For a friend, in Liberia, there are people who pronounce things, the pronunciation or the action of the word that they always missing. Now, we cannot be impressed about we will do this, at the end, it can't happen. There's somebody said there are high-profile cases on the docket.
Yeah.
Who waiting for the service in our country, and they are.
Yeah, the chief justice is telling us that people being behind bars for over 10 years or 10 years or little, then yet to be tried. But why are we still? We got 480 cases on the docket yet to be tried. Why are we partying all of these things?
People right have been bound year after year. Recently, for the last 6 years, we had another group of people who are protesting about diamond or gold that was taken away from former officials of government. So I'm saying it to mean that Mr. President or Mr. Chief Justice, it's not there about we will always declare our action, access it about we taking concrete action to what we are pronounced. So governments is not just about we our time at the end we go sit and criticize. So that somebody said, I don't expect the judiciary to take instruction from the executive. The 3% of government in our country setting, they want to develop in the interest of the country. How do you compromise when the president suspends somebody and call on the judiciary to end the president? So I can simply say the judiciary cannot call instruction from the executive, and the judiciary cannot be influenced by the executive on land. But they should remain independent, they should work independently, and also to see the interest of the country. But the thing we are handling over and over when somebody.
Okay, thank you. We hope that this time around we take new steps. Good morning.
Good morning, people. We keep girls and good morning, Sandra.
Yeah, please go ahead.
My name is Martinez Martin. I'm going to the electoral district number 6, Northwell County. Very proud of the last president of my county.
You're welcome, Chief.
Well, thank you so much for the nice listening. I appreciate that. And let me say to the newly, the Chief Justice, I want to say to you this morning that taking the right back. Like you said, people are looking. I hope it is now a show up to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should not be a show up.
We hope that it was not meant to impress the people and we don't get the result from it. So let people get to know those people who are selling in Raleigh, Douala, ERA, and other places who paying the taxes for these people to make sure that they function properly, be accountable to them, that they be accountable to those people who pay the salary and other benefits.
That understand as to how our taxpayer money has been used in this country.
Yeah.
But the point that he will even come out and talk about people audit, it shows that he's a leader.
Because he himself is not exempted. The fact that he served in the previous administration and to have called for an audit, can we now see this as a step that should come to fruition, that the other two branches of government will also do the same?
We understand that how our taxpayer money, has been used. So I want to appreciate the Chief Justice for such a bold step, and let us continue into His Excellency President Joseph Imam Baka. That's why I always told people, by electing His Excellency President Joseph Imam Baka, it wasn't a mistake, because he had demonstrated over the period of time into office that he's a born-sent leader. There's a leader that has come to rise Liberia again. With Joseph Imam Baka and JKK, I believe that we will continue developing under that stewardship and a God-fearing leader. Through his implementation of power, through his being in the office, Liberia will actually develop and come back on a right trajectory as they were before. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
You're welcome. Let's talk to other colors. You're live.
Good morning.
Good morning, Walter.
Thank you, brother, for the recognition. On this water extract for 2 seconds. Begin, I start doing the chief justice for more than 10 years now.
Okay.
He's a man with 20. When he's sitting, he go back in. That is son of them, how the way go there. Look, begin that statement made by that man. Up to now, then you go to the judiciary branch now. They're not already in office by 8 o'clock. By birthday, you put them now at 8 o'clock and in office. So all local staff can be rushing now to do the work. The way that man talking about audit is the thing that you are already admitted it, and now the audit will start on next week. They're not being home. Maybe the former chief, they said also said mention that they said also in the process in work there for more than 2 or 3 years before the Nathan they expire. So they say he involved into it that the audit will be done and he guilty, he will resign.
Okay. Thank you for being part of the conversation. Let's talk to other callers on the line. The live, please go ahead.
Yeah, good morning.
Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, this is Jones King, like the boy from TTHE. Good morning to you. Yeah, okay. You know, I'm not going to use the word myopic. You know the fact that many politicians feel we are so short-sighted and we are short memory. We quick to forget. That's the reason after they played me. You know the chief justice is inherently corrupt. I get the reason. This few days, all in the news due to public pressure, the chief justice for their son name for appointment and the Queensway Magistrate Court, for which the public father is defended at the end of the day. The son recall. So if there's a man to highlight audit which corrupt. This very chief justice again, the very first and the Supreme Court ruling, the fanatic woman addresses Richard Kool when the Supreme Court ruled, he interpreted the decisions, the opinion of our saying that the fanatic woman bill is the legitimate bill. The second aspect of the ruling to interpret to the lowest court, the Supreme Court judge flip-flop. He said, he's not in support of the fanatic woman bill. He said, he rescinded and he didn't vote for which you are rewarded the chief justice position of President Joseph Human Worker. So can you trust us next for integrity? I said, no. Let me continue to play on.
Are you also in the know that the current Chief Justice of Liberia, when the impasse at the lower house were ongoing, are you aware that when he said ultra-viral and the majority black were wrong and proceeding wrongly, and he was insulted by one of the lawmaker formula who said that liquor talk. So now how do you question him again?
The reason I'm questioning, like I said to you, remember that he flip-flop. When you fight with your again, and that is support of the fanatic group, he flip-flop. That's my argument.
Okay, thank you for being part of the conversation. Let's talk to other callers. You live.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
The first thing I really want to say, what the Chief Justice said is that, which means he just want to speak. The only way I believe it, or they are still happy.
So you think there will be no audit?
My brother, if there will be no audit, let me just say it. Because Labrador men, we are very, very good at saying or talking plenty. Just remember in that particular place, even when they auditing them, he will be part of it fully. Where was he when all the people that were not secretary or judge and they put an EJ to them there were 10 years? If you know what I had to me, innocent and told them to put me in jail for that year, nothing. Nobody asked me, nobody said they have put me in jail for 10 years. And when I come out, I see that particular person. You know my table rats. That one, they happy. So the very need to do something. Just some people when they want to be there with that or the outside.
Okay. Thank you. All right. somebody say it's fly in a typical Liberian line that these things are being said would not come to fruition. But while you also following the broadcast, you can also win for yourself some catch or other fabulous prizes by 9*799 9*11# your Lone Star MTN mobile account and play $100 Liberian or 70 cents US. So once you play multiple times, I wish to call somebody to say you just won for yourself 4,000. Don't forget, motorbike is also into it, cell phone also into it. So keep playing and we'll call you out. Your life.
Thank you, Wiki. Let me say good morning to you and your many listeners.
Good morning.
Let me appreciate you for the topic of discussion this morning. This is probably a witness. I don't join the conversations on District 6 ST4. So we have heard a lot of audits since the government took over. We upgrade this government power, but we should discuss the reality issues that impacted like everybody to audit the past regime. And our president, President Joseph Lincoln, shows the people that he will audit the past regime. Up to now, we cannot see people being audited in this country. People stole from the past government, they have not been audited. Today we are seeing the new judge want to talk about audit. Are we worried? So this is just saying to make it read the masses to people that the people left up, they did that. It's not what it's saying. We need implementation. There's no implementation in the country. It's also not at all. So how do we be happy with the great economic situation? Because it's not in present. We didn't see anything. We're seeing the deaths of Hamilton and other people passing around who not tell this country. Today the chief judge and other people, they don't get mental. And we will not give freedom at all. We want to see implementation. Let people be dear about progression. And forget about it. And forget about this kind of thing. Because this is the thing that punishing this country. People do not want to be responsible for their leadership. People do not want to be responsible. If they keep doing this regime, trust me, that is not relevant about like freeloading and doing. Nobody is supposed to deal with corruption. This government will run free in this country, and we will all be here. And the country will be on the wrong path, and the other country will just go because the society this government is. The society cannot.
Okay, thank you. Let's talk to other callers. You live. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, I need to share it around. But you just out there said, well, we appreciate it. We really do. But most of the cases you talk about, when they talk at that, the company, the real company, have 90 times that send of the cases there because the point time, when the law code for the kind of case, we should Supreme Court, the people who money the cases will be there. More than 4 years now, 5 years, there are cases there that die. The people got to start playing around. They can't get anything on the check to their day. So since you have said it, where most of the time we cry to the sheriff to tell sheriff, this is what happened, this is what the teacher is there. He's not doing anything, he's doing this one yet. Please, thank you.
Thank you for being part of the conversation. 0775-919-919, are the two numbers you can certainly call us to be part of the conversation. We'll talk to this caller. You're live.
Good morning, Wiki Bruce and
Good morning, sir. Josiah.
Thank you for the exclusive recognition. Really, really Josiah, so you're calling from the Israel Complex for what I've done. You know, we say thanks to the brother to Justice, Motion Time saying about audit. We have heard a lot of audit issues. People have been audited. LACC have proved a campaign against people. But you know what? I want also understand. Other than one thing, he invited a doctor, another thing. When you are being invited, that doesn't mean you are guilty, you are called a person, the different doctors. What I want us to understand something about, I'm not a lawyer, but I don't pretend to be one, but at least we follow for a legal proceeding. I followed the LACC the last time when they appeared to me that. They said they had thrown out an indictment against people. What we need now is fast track this prosecution. That's what we need. And we know legal proceeding, that's an event, we can process. That's why I've been saying, but no one supposed to, they want this and that. I get that someone says, I said, you are letting just go. Because I'm not a lawyer, I'm not prosecuted yet to know the court of jurisdiction are guilty. But what we have said, some of us, we brought the power towards our scope of this country that is got to work. We know legal proceedings that are daybreak, daybreak, law. It's a process and not event. So if you say that they have got someone to put in jail because they have been alleged, no. Why give you the right to take someone to put in behind bars? I don't go through due process. No. So I don't want all to be saying, oh, we have to prosecute, but we must have brought the government power. People are being indicted. So what we are saying is the justice is to be proactive. Now we are praying that the boy has never been put, and the government to be set up by itself. Only for corrupt cases. Only for corrupt cases. When the person is guilty, then he did the forward of the law and restitute our money. When he acquitted, he gets certified and work free. That means you take food money and stewardship. But they just say, well, the person where the father put agent, who told you how long can work? He did what he said, Joseph, also for me, approve. Well, also because the law says the brother put last names of the use. When you accuse somebody, you approve. You convince the court, you always know doubt. That yes, indeed. Now the evidence is, some will be saying, what they want to get, this is not church as equal. So that's how you got. But it's a process of the event. As a team. So we are asking the justice system to be proactive. That the other will be set up so that it can be exclusively to prosecute. They to be fighting. Because they are slowly. Johnson did it, Johnson denies. So we're asking them, not just saying about mouth, but we see the actions that will benefit from that particular fruits as we go through the process. Thank you, brother.
You certainly welcome. 0775 919 919 0880 919 919. The numbers you can call us on this morning to be part of the broadcast. But while you're also following, you can win for yourself some cash or other fabulous prizes by playing the Kool Cash Radio Entertainment Giveaway. You dial *799 *11 hatch, $100 Liberian dollars or 70 cents US to play. You play multiple times, you have the chance to win. So let me talk to the scholar. You're live.
Good morning, people. Good morning to the audience.
Yeah.
We have seen the Georgia and Jersey by China and the two churches set their form for us to be precise. Yeah, thank you for this topic of discussion this morning. We followed the Chief Justice. We strongly believe that all of the things he said will come to pass. This country needs to be redeemed. All those that stole our money in the past, let them be brought to justice. Thank you for having me on your show.
Thank you for being part of the conversation. Let's hear this caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Wicked Bro.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you. You know, I thank and wait for the country, but I'm back. It is not like anything. Last as Peter McCall. Thank you very much. You know, I listened to the topic on discussion, especially on the Kool administration, the LCD, prosecution of arms that the president gave to them, and they also have the law that governing the institution. But the Kool administration, this administration is not serious with corruption. They are only there to give, or show, or entirely to the public that the king of fight corruption. But they themselves can corrupt corruption within the bedroom with them. But it will come to on the stadium, on the radio, legal press, or via social media. They will say things that instead of saying, yeah, oh, what are they calling for? They're calling about 10% workers to over instead of here that anybody that won't get in the corrupt, they'll be prosecuted. We keep put that to be arrested. Since in 2 years now, you don't get corrupt cases within the military commander for the past government. But within the government office, but what we hear, they will hear investigation going on, they follow a guy in a Ghana, not going to story go, as far as people are getting money. They will say, oh, daddy, after 1 week, after 1 day, they will die. And surely they can die. So I think the president and the administrator, they are very eager to sweat corruption. They will only come to the that can be policy to just
give us survey that is ready to fight corruption, that is ready to do it. For example, you will see rape cases. People will rape that within the government, they put it out, we can't investigation. But guess what? Somebody will do something tomorrow that they put the woman that found the police there at 12th Street. The next day, they will come to apprehend. The other person that fought police or red egg, the next day, they will apprehend. But now, corrupt people as well, on the office, they can be apprehended. But the woman come with corruption. So now, we don't say that police show it. There will be no investigation for the only two delay auto election hour before they start with the fighting. And I think they can't work in this country. So thank you very much, my brother.
You're welcome. Let's talk to other callers. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Ambassador Bro.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Kate. My refugee for me on Google. I admire your topic, but thank very much. Thank you. You know, they did just say, that they are here to move forward for years. They pass laws to be audited. You want to come down, you have to show a kind of a POC. So I don't know what to go in 40 and 20 laboratory, no other state of the lot. You need to take time because this thing is related. You get it wrong with it. So I reason was the quality justice. They were the rebel data or what for the impact and the horse or resident representative. I believe it was the former chief justice as they are really. I don't think it's the president or chief justice, so I don't know if you bring the clarify on that. Thank you.
Okay, let's talk to other callers. Good morning.
Yeah, not and good morning.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Ishmael Kamara, and I call you guys this morning from Greensboro. So I may appreciate it as the program this morning. So, you know, when I listen to you talk about the Chief Justice talking about audit of officials in government, you know, I begin to ask myself, we already have an office that is responsible for audit, right, of public financial fund or public finances, right? So, but then when we are hearing again about audit, I think people are not being audited. Then it's taking me to another point where I want to ask this question. Is this government really serious to fight corruption? Because in my mind, if we are very serious to fight corruption, what we need to be talking about here is yes, that we will audit, and then the next thing that we talk about is fast-tracking those cases to ensure that people can be able to account for that stewardship. Now, I tell people may be audited, and then sometimes other people may come out and they will have to come to make clarification about some of the issues that may be captured in the audit report. I thought they may not be prone to the corruption, but sometimes there may be some doubt and they have to come out to speak some of the things. But what I want to say here is that we have to be serious. It should not be about just talking. Because we talk more and do less. And this government actually promised that they are going to come here to ensure that those wrong things that have been happening in time past, they are going to right the wrong. And so by this time, I expect even the president to be telling us that we are going to create a fast-tracking code exclusively intended to prosecute people in government. And we can be able to fight corruption. For unfortunately, they say we've got 2 years now, we are not hearing anything about that. And even today, we have a yellow machine coming, we know for sure that the process will not even done through the PBCC proceedings. We know for sure that some of those things are part and parcel of corruption. So we don't want to just keep hearing people talking about one thing over and over and over.
Okay, thank you. Let's talk to other callers. Be just to the point. You're live. All right. 0775-919-919, 080-919-919. Let's talk to this caller. You're live.
Yeah, good morning.
You're welcome. Please go ahead, sir.
Okay. My point has to do with a fascinating topic this morning. But I want to ask a question. Why one day all of these head of churches, they can put together and go and have service in a capital building when the people go for a so-called agriculture break. To the point, Brother, our problem will never be solved except we go to some key points. One, you see the issue that has to do with the corruption and other stuff that we're discussing this morning is leading to, it came rather from the point where we have to go back to our constitution. Our constitution is built on a blueprint that it can work for all in a positive direction. That I think you know better than Wiki. What I mean here is the laws that have been fixed for Liberia, let people go back and send it to referendum, which is the lawmakers. But the reason they can send this law to referendum so that citizens can vote against or upon it is because their mindset towards us as citizens in this country. So it's like we are just wasting the water on the rock or the dump back for it to fly better. So it will be very hard. We have to go back and look at our referendum issue. Let us suffer laws that suffer us. Let it be sent to referendum. But the people are wicked. Right? They can't do it for us. So thank you this morning for the topic.
Thank you for being part of the conversation this morning as well. This one from wherever you are. We'll take a few more calls. 0775 919 919 0880 919 919. The numbers. Let's talk to this caller on the line. Good morning. 0775 919 919 0880 919 919. The numbers. Let's talk to this caller. You live?
Yeah. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm chatting here and I'm calling from King of Village, Pakistan. Yeah, I'm really trying to use that for the show this morning. Yeah. The issue of accountability, will come with these clients and then we only be accountable for all what we do for. When you put them there for them to show us that particular or thing that is here to you people will be hard for them. When you have to stay in the day, oh, now you also do that, nothing that we for one that so. But just sitting and then looking at them, it's not needed. You are the coach there for a share, it's not there for the different shot. So I will found here that I will talk it. When you go there, you will say, I think getting there already in a particular pool and carrying already. So I think you want to show.
Okay, thank you for being part of the conversation this morning. Yes, let's talk to other callers you live.
Yeah, hello, I'm Wefi Sudi, calling from Police Academy.
Please go ahead.
Okay, while people talking about corruption, even the county in the village will not become county today there for corruption. To say about that, I'm taking one second and for the garden that all people in the country here. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let's talk to this caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Brother Wiki.
Good morning, sir.
This is the voice of Big Birthday Jackson and Tony from FKD. To the topic, we can think about the topic this morning. Actually, this government told us that we came to fight corruption and one of the things like this about the past leadership, they are not actually working on it. So that's why you were going to uphold the rules and laws, so we are not seeing any people in the rules and laws. People violating the rules and laws. We ministers of being in government, we really signatures around. And not becoming out of it. So they took we found people in that opposition with a corruption stigma. And this state not doing anything about it. So that's just what concerns the topic this morning. Thank you.
Thank you as well. All right, folks. Thanks as well for being part of the conversation this morning on this edition of the Morning Ride. We're certainly here, but let me take just two more on this discussion because we need to move into something else. You're live.
We get in the top what Brian Jill called for the cap.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Let me tell you, if people they just want to blame the government, but the justice system didn't want to be lazy. But not the president, anything you want to do, you get it to the president, not questioning you do this, you do that. After the president, why? After the president, you got any other? The justice system, you talking to them. So
corruption and say, so the one you feel like, the one the president doing, the citizen just put all out. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being part of the conversation this wonderful, wonderful Monday. You know, there is this thing that took place some time ago, and we have not been able to say some of these things for the period of time. You know, the National Elections Commission of Liberia is an autonomous public commission established by either national legislation. You know, you look at our constitution, Article 89B of the Constitution of Liberia. You know, that was implemented. The article of, 89 of the Constitution assigned the National Elections Commission responsibility, among others, of conducting all elections for elective public offices and referendum in Liberia. The former founder minister of Liberia, Honorable Samuel TTHE, a couple of months ago spoke that in the 2023 general presidential elections, that he gave extra 4 million from what the National Elections Commission requested for, upon which order, and why it said that he had to give excess amount of money. Can he account for it today? Can the former president of Liberia account for it, or the interministerial committee can account and say they saw the need, that's why they gave? Because the people asked for a specific amount, but you said you gave extra. And this government currently, this government is disciplined when it comes to fiscal management? Is the government actually disciplined when it comes to financial management? Or they also walk in the footsteps of the past government? I want you to listen to the former minister TTHE, because you know this thing, sometimes we say these things, you find young people around clapping, but he said he gave extra 4 million. Where did the 4 million come from? And why? The National Elections Commission today, tightly, we have asked all of the questions, nobody there to respond to us. But listen. And he said he gave extra 4 million. Where did the 4 million come from?
Of our national government, a reform of the judiciary, primarily for that reason, rests squarely with the both branches of government. We here see the urgent need to reform the judiciary and are ready and prepared to proceed with reform any further delay. On this note, we will be remiss if we don't openly express thanks and appreciation to the current government of His Excellency for augmenting the Judiciary 2025 budget, following persistent advocacy by the global banks. This government has also substantially complied with the Financial Economy Act of the Judiciary during this current budget period, which are not happening for a protracted period of time. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this 2-month whole administration has commenced it in every way with the reform process. Immediately upon taking office, we realized the delay in disposal of cases, especially in some of the major courts in most rural counties. Particularly, we realized that in the commercial court, there are 3 judges, but only 1 courtroom facility was available to preside over matters. The commercial court, which were intended to expedite commercial activities and and impact our economy has been moving at a snail pace. We therefore immediately partition the courtroom into two separate courtrooms to enable two judges of the court to handle matters simultaneously. These are not completed. Due to the slow pace of the cases in the commercial court, lawyers have been avoiding the court. To some extent, the judges have been relaxed. Consequently, the court currently has 36 cases for kidnapping, which indicate that each judge may have a total of 12 cases if evenly divided. It is my hope that these cases will be expeditiously examined and clear out of the court document with the present arrangement. In the same vein, we have observed that the criminal police, that is the sexual offense code, has a total of 106 cases of kidnapping, out of which 190 accused persons are beyond bar, because sexual offenses are not available in this jurisdiction. Some of the accused have been beyond bar for close to 10 years.
The National Elections Commission, 4 million more than what they asked for. So they should be answering the questions. But he personalized it. He said, I gave. He did not say the government of Liberia, but he said, I gave. And he revealed to us, he was a member of the National Security Council of Liberia. Yes, Minister of Finance. And he sits with key information. Now, if the government asked the minister, the former Minister of Finance, today some of you will be running to say, this is witch hunt. How did you give the National Elections Commission 4 million more of the election? What was the intent? Because they asked for a specific amount, you said you gave 4 million more, and even today you sit on some key information. That's true. But do we need to, you see, the reason why you see in America, when former president or certain group of people, when they serve in certain position, after the position, they are always monitored or they restrict them. In America, you will find out that the former president is difficult to have them even changing their phone or phone number because they have based on the fact or classified information that they stay in possession of. That's why they don't even allow them to drive so easily. And they always have people excited. So even if they're visiting Washington, they will always find a particular place where they will be able to monitor them because they don't want them coming in contact with other folks before releasing some of this information. But in Liberia, we boast about almost everything. Now, the former minister, this is something that he said for some time. How many presidents drive into it? How many presidents? Now, we got a report allegedly by Sir Joseph that the CDC spent 150 million on their campaign for the election that they did not win. Where did the money come from? Who supported? Well, nobody knows. No accountability, but just accusation and counter accusation that this person took this person did this. But the former minister was been, and you found group of Liberian people, young men standing there and they clapping. He's bragging about the kind of information he has in his possession. So if government asks you today, and it is not just with this man, we have seen people serve in strategic position in this country. As soon as they leave with classified information that we cannot take from them. And they use it as a weapon at times against the state or a sitting government. We heard the same thing from the former Minister of Defense after President Eden left, when he was being accused of misappropriation or misapplication of funds meant for the soldier. At the end of the day, he was prosecuted, found guilty with some of the co-defendants, but were being pardoned at the end of the day, contested, won, but never took the seat, and we had by-election. Are we, is this government, is the government of fiscal discipline as compared to that of the former president, George Weah? Now we are hearing that they're now asking for ministry or agency to do the territorial report, or else civil servant risks not taking the pay, which should be in by tomorrow. So let's look at, let's picture something. Do we have more talkatives in this government than the past government? Do we have more spokespersons in this government than the past government? Do we see accountability in this government than the past government? Is this government sincere and earnest in terms of accountability? The past government, now you hear this person was corrupt, this person did this did that, and all of these things. So we're asking you this morning, why did the former Minister of Finance, Honorable Samuel Tuer, give the National Elections Commission 4 million more than what they asked for? He did not say, he said, I personally, and he sits on key information. Today he said, when he opened his mouth, President Boga will be shocked. Yes, because he was in a strategic position. Why we are not taking some of this information from these people? Are we responsible for our own misdeeds? I hope some of you listen to comprehension. Listen to him again.
I gave the national elections 4 million more than they needed. You can't come in jail without giving 4 million, or you go answer the 4 million, 12 million, you use it for election, or you eat it. Okay? You fight Prime Minister, you can go everything in the state. I'm a member of the National Security Council. Secrets. I tell you, President Biden, right now, I tell you, if I open my mouth here, but I will not do all those secrets.
This claimed the immediate attention of the Western press. In that while it is true that rape is a serious capital offense, to have someone, to have 190 person, accused person in pre-trial detention, who innocent or guilt has not been established, but seriously on the question of the detainees' fundamental human rights. What happened at the end of the day, some of the pre-trial detainees are found to be innocent. This is worrisome. The sentence would have been punished for crimes that they did not commit. President of this, we immediately also ordered the partition of the criminal code, which by law is also presided over by 2 judges, so as to provide 2 separate rooms for both judges to preserve one cases at the same time, thereby reducing the number of pre-trial detainees charged for general and sexual-based offenses. We are considering similar action at the criminal code, that is the non-robbery code. We also, up to last Friday, had 219 persons in pre-trial detention. In a related development, the official of the Ministry of Justice met with the Chief Justice on September 24, 2025 to strategize the work parliament of the Monrovia prison, Central Prison. We discussed temporary solutions. However, I was going to remind the ministry official that the population of Liberians are 5 million plus. So, to have a prison facility of an entire country not exceeding 1,350 is unrealistic, especially considering that this government is fighting crimes to include drugs.
And, because we have listened over the period of time where scores of Liberians have now gathered and have planned our 2029 camps. They want to have the former president return. The Unity Party, what is it that you are doing that the people do not see in you and they want to have the return of the CDC? What is it that you are not doing that the people cannot wait to have you off their necks? So they want to have the return of the former president. Is the Unity Party taking that into consideration? Because we hear them say they will go beyond 12, it will go to 12 years. But what are they doing right now? Former Minister Tuer spoke about the issue of giving excess money to the National Elections Commission for the 2023 national elections. Why did he do it? He still sits on classified information. You listen to Dr. Lester Tenney accusing the former president as being a national crook and a warning to the United Party if the folks are talking about bringing the former president back as president. So what is it that they are not doing that you will find people wanting to have the former president back? Listen to this interview.
See a worse alternative as an option. So when you see Nigerian people celebrating the return of a national crook like George Weah, you should ask yourself the question, what is it that we are not doing? What is it that we are not
corruption, etc. I further reminded the Justice Ministry official that Nigeria is a post-war country and that most of the young adults today were born or grew up in violent environment. Therefore, it will require time to reduce crime in this country. I plead with the minister to realize that construction of prison or correctional facility is part of development and contribute to peace and security. The lack of adequate prison facility in Nigeria is troublesome because if the magistrate fails to remind a violent criminal who presents no criminal appearance bond, the magistrate is accused of bribery. On the other hand, if he sends the criminal to jail, he is told that the jail is overcrowded and no space. This makes our job very difficult as a minister. The single, ladies and gentlemen, the judiciary is the end user of the law. And as such, we are in a better position to know the challenges we face in interpreting the law. In line with the spirit of coordination and cooperation among the three branches of government, we have constituted a committee to draft a bill to be submitted to the legislature via the executive branch of government for the establishment of family and children court in Nigeria. There is an urgent need for a family court. At the moment, the issue of family, which include marriage, divorce, separation, children support, adoption, guardian of children, custody of children, etc., is being handled in bits and pieces by the probate court, civil law court, and the juvenile court, all of which are not only qualified but lacks requisite training, support, and experience to handle family matters. We call upon our national and international development partners to join us in support in this endeavor. Ladies and gentlemen, in an effort to battle corruption in the judiciary, we have established a division referred to as judiciary monitoring, evaluation, and accountability unit in the judiciary. The division will monitor, evaluate, and ensure accountability in all facets of the judiciary. This process will be a watchdog. This process will watchdog the performance of our judges in particular, the magistrates, and the entire judiciary family. The judicial monitoring evaluation unit will be empowered to visit all courts, with or without notice, observe court proceedings in and out of open court, judging chamber, clerk office, sheriff office, take notes of all activities, including photographing, recording when necessary. Check court records to ensure whether or not the legitimate fines and fees, cost of court, etc., are collected and accounted for. In other words, the Judicial Monitoring Commission, under my administration, will be a powerful judicial police, ensuring performance and accountability. Corruption must go, all corrupt people must go. Look at here. Having observed over the years the decimal performance of some of our judicial staff, this administration immediately upon taking office instituted the program verification and credential audit of all its staff. to ensure that, firstly,
some major facilities on the campus of the University of Liberia, from St. J to Fenner, from Fenner to Capitol Hill. Have you been able to access most of these facilities to know how conducive they are?
We've done that. We took the entire first 1 week, that was this gone week, opening our school, to access the entire campuses, both the St. J, the main campus, the Douglatis, and the Fenner campus, to understand the government practical first-hand engagement, because when we went to the negotiation engagement we had with the speaker, the university president, all our stakeholders around Liberia, there were 4 issues that they said they were going to address as what they tend to as low-hanging fruits. They were going to be the issue of making sure running water are in the bathroom. They were going to issue of making sure
unemployment is still high, and there are a whole lot of other issues to address. But like I brought it to you, you heard the former Minister of Finance telling you that he gave the National Elections Commission the 2023 general presidential elections 4 million more than they asked for. Upon whom order? He did not say we can, he said I. So listen to this.
I gave the national elections 4 million more than they needed. I'm a member of the National Security Council. Right now, if I open my mouth here, I will not
So, is the economy now better under the regime of President Joseph Boakai, better than what we saw under former President George Weah, or they are all swimming into the same pool but telling Liberians lies other than the reality? So we asked, why did the former Minister of Finance give the National Elections Commission more than they asked for? Upon whose order? And he sets unclassified information for the country. Folks, you are the judges out there. Critique this government from that of the former government. Is things all right? Or are we getting there? Or are we just in the same pool? Is the management of the state currently from this government paving the way for the return of the former President George Weah to come back, because he could be the next alternative? But one of his talent, somebody who supported him over a period of time, referred to him as a national crook, and that could be the worst alternative to having coming back, because he would not repel anything. It could be the worst for the country, because when these people come back, according to some of the folks, that they will wreck everything that they come across, they will deplete the cupboards, our resources, and all of these things, they will possess it, and at the end of the day, because they know that the electrics might vent their anchor on them, so they will take a posture where we know already people will not want to see it again. So same way I hear, let's collect all of these things. Where do we go from here? How do we handle some of these things? Why did the former Minister of Finance give the National Elections Commission extra 4 million? And still sit on critical information. And after Lester Tenney telling you that the economy is still now world and it needs to get better. Could this be some of the things that could see Liberia having another alternatives come 2029, that the former president will actually return to power? It is not for me to say. It is for you to have your say on this matter. But while you are there, keep playing the Cool Cash Radio Entertainment giveaway by dialing *799 *11#. $100 Liberian or 70 cents US. You play multiple times, you give you the chance to win motor bag, cell phone, $4,000 cash. So you won't play 2 times, 3 times, just put 2, put 3 on your Lone Star MTN mobile account. But let's go to the lines and talk to our callers now. Good morning.
Right weekend, how you doing?
I can't complain.
Good, this summer was not sound. You have see everything right. For something to wear right now, if the government grab him, one of the points they will see that which fund. And whether they are asking what government how to prosecute, that's the problem that brother have. People that have money, it's not easy for them to put them behind bar. For if that company, people who just go around here and get small, they can put them behind bar. Even the guys that are burning each other brain, we are behind bar. But big people, they're not behind bar. For what reason? But now, Simultaneous will be behind bar. And then you will, in the thing that is hard for all that, we're not going to hear about the JMB, but right now, people will be saying in court. But people go to the care for them at the end of the day, the father can postpone the case. I want to right now, the are like this. So thank you very much for the improvement, sir.
Thank you for being part of the conversation. Yes, you know, that's why most of the time people feel that people are selective and all of these things in like your life.
Morning, bros.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm here going big, and I think sorry for the copy of the thank you for the topic on discussion this morning. Because I was still saying to you that goes down from party that making it is not a statement. When I say I'm telling you, no, say, you know that you got to say, when you take drugs, which means you more than the person who can take drugs. We are waiting to see. Yeah, they are playing for Joel, they're trying to number and handle that stuff. So that you go and say, so you want to know the figure, which one is going to now? We are waiting to want to know. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let's talk to other callers. Your life. Let's talk to this caller. Your life.
Good morning, Wiki.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, my name is Leroy Philip, called from a single resident. No, Wiki, I'm listening to your something what you played for that 10 years now. You know, it actually touched me. For we who is supporter of the government, all what I'm telling there are loud, are all true. We can say we come to rescue our people, and then we take job and give it to foreigners. These are recipe total chaos in the country. People could even rise up. That's why that your own party, your government will struggle. You won't get to support 2029. So the fact that government needs to sit down now, the president, I think that the thing will really be a best, advisor to the president. Seriously. Then we need somebody like him. They got to do something. She's a hot. Thank you, bro.
Okay, thank you as well for being part of the conversation. And let's talk to other callers on the line. Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Please go ahead.
Okay, this is we did go to invite work. It is a statement. You are not taking the NS is investing this guy. When people are going in the order to this and then they go to enter to be investigated. What did they do? Then they can move back to front or that God said that will be how will we divide that and what that water? If you form that, then you see group of those man there, help me, they can put that to the third hour. What kind of comment? You don't feel about the it's not good for them. Tell me to look at and you take off there and put the top on they don't say book stuff to I'm tired but I've done it. Can you go this one?
Okay, thank you for being part of the conversation. Let's talk to other callers. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
You're welcome.
My name is Super Martin. I'm calling from here.
Please go ahead.
All the men that are talking about the former president. Look, let me tell our current president now. That mission all the guys they own. That mission they keep on. But the person has to step there and put that in this government, you know how it has to be blamed. Because they will undermine the government. You have to be smart. All the women are talking, I listen to Solomon George, I listen to the other men, that mission all the guys they own. You have to be careful. Come to Samuel 12. Samuel 12, the thing he said, when that's the only thing that he did. Now, and the government has to be responsible. But when I saw that somebody and the former president said it to do, then the former president has to be questioned. Thank you.
Thank you for being part of the conversation this morning. 0775-919-919-0880-919-919. To this caller, you're live. Okay, let's talk to other callers on the line this morning. Okay. You're live.
Yeah, good morning.
Please go ahead.
My name is Jones K. Betty calling from the Germany Freeway, and good morning to this morning. This thing I'm listening to the body play by Samuel Toya and that of Daniel Leston. Let me start with Samuel Toya. Samuel Toya said, if you want to, you should call in a National Election Commission. Said now, Honorable President Bouhaka Rishi, if this government honest to fight corruption, in fact, folks for the National Investment for the National Election Commission to establish as to what Samuel Toya is saying, it is true or not. But up to now, the audio is not just not audio, it's not yesterday audio. But why the government hasn't invited anyone from the National Election Commission to authenticate or not? That's my disappointment. And so that's why I challenge this government to do that. And let me get to the issue of Dr. Lesson today. What Dr. Lesson today said, the economy is very challenging. Very challenging from this region. It's huge difficulty. Huge difficulty. People are suffering. If you want to be a journalist, take your microphone to read the website. If you want to tell the economy is very challenging, it's very difficult for people in this country. You know what is happening? Because President Joseph Bouhaka, who is the head of this country, have absolutely no respect for the rule of law. No one is coming to invest in social economy when you find the president in prison with very respect for the rule of law. Where are you coming to invest? It's not for the relation. They are personal worker and come back and respect the rule of law. And so the people that he live is taking time pass. With the impact and the capital, when he supported the lawless administration above the lawful administration. So he come and make to the people. This brother said to us, he will now have private jet, and he will private jet will Togo. He said, level of discussion. The president deceptive on direction. The president said, you're not trying to pulling among cars to sell. When I find a amount of manual sell, people in the street, they are multiplied due to economic challenges in this country. Where are we going? Where are we going? So the president must listen to some people.
Thank you. Let's talk to other callers this morning. Thank you for making your point. You're live.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Brooks.
You're welcome.
Good morning to the new sheriff in town. This is Mark Stallo calling from the TTHE. With the gentleman he played except on Minister Toya. A deep sorrow struck up within me. Our country. Moses, when I listen to those guys, hearing him in the background, those Liberians, those eastern Liberians. Chapter 12, I mean, but what he just said, he indicted himself. You don't know. But he's making a big boast of it. You are a member of the National Security Council, and he did and died, and he opened his mouth to talk. All of them will come out. That man should be called for questioning. He should be walking around here scot-free. And one of the things that the government has to consider is that they have to learn from the pitfalls of the tax regime. Most governments feel in Liberia they refuse to learn from the pitfalls of great government. It's important we
for 96.
You're welcome. Let me talk to.
Good morning, Wiki.
Good morning, our well-seasoned diplomat. Good morning.
Every doctor for the record say call me for physical. Anyway, I say good morning to the sheriff. Wiki, I don't know what they want to do with the government. The report that Samuel Twain gave me is for the past government. They spend the money to their very self. So who you will ask for it? I don't know if my million if they're talking, they can take everything that's coming towards it about the 4 million. It was the past government. It was not the government. It was that last I don't know if we ever want to be fair, but however, we know in the favor of the Bureau. That's something we know of. So what we want is we want peace in the country. Let the men try to see the glory through. Let us see the development and let us stop being blindfolded. Thank you so much, Willie, for the time.
Thank you for being part of the conversation. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Wiki Ghost, and good morning to your esteemed co-hosts.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, I'm fast to come out, one of your avid followers. Somebody who's so passionate about your style of reportage. Very valuable reportage over the years. You can thank you so much for keeping me by heart when it comes to professional journalism. I'm the National Chairman of the Rescue Missionary and also the Deputy Chairman of the College Association. On the issue of corruption, the job being thrown by some of the guys who have been allegedly indicted, who have been indicted for putting our head into the Liberian people money, putting our head into the cooking jar. I think they have the boss, most of them have the boss to talk because the issue of the litigation process against them is very, very slow. It's a tough, very, very slow. And want to call the justice minister, who is the Attorney General and so for prosecution, to double all the game. Because when you slow down the kind of sensitive cases, you slow the litigation when there's a delay in the litigation process, you create loophole in the justice system. Sometimes the accused can use the delay to erode the evidence. So when you call on the justice minister to double all the things, fast track most of the corruption-related cases. Samuel Twain is one of those who are alleged to from this country. We were in the country here. The man stated that he put money in cartoon. Use the unconventional method, the open method to get more exercise with our high-end 25 million whooping taxpayer money. Today, this man is passing around stealing, throwing jobs on the current government. Disregarding the effort the government is applying when it comes to the fight against corruption. So I want to call on also trying to consummate lawyer, somebody who understands the legal fee to double all the game when it comes to the issue of the corruption cases against people who are alleged stole from the Liberian people.
Thank you. Let's talk to other callers. You live?
Yeah, good morning, Ambassador. I don't know we Mr. Bai, city recovery. I listened to your discussion. I listened to Samuel Twain. You know, Samuel Twain came on that for that. Samuel Twain, I want to. I don't know why you are preaching because you say you want to calculate it now. But because here you got it. We're not able to tell you nothing at the time. Now, how dare you want to bring this government back into power? Listen, whatever the letters Kenny has said, Liberian people, we think that the government is not doing it in the interest of the Liberian people. We need to have a lot of alternative. But if we decide again to bring the CDC back into power, it will be us. We are experts for nothing. So that means our Liberian people who really look at it, we have to bring another alternative. Not going to the CDC, you let pass the government, we tell us, go there instead of bring it back again. What will be the fact? Liberian people will fight more than whatsoever that we are going through. And to the government, you say we start to rescue. Please rescue us from the matter. Liberian people will be level on our property. Because level on the security, that make them work them to know Liberian Indian. For working, what people will draw all these things there, it will be very bad for the government.
government said that they want to come back to we have to work. We have to work in each other as great people. Thank you very much, Mr. Bruce. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you as well. Let's talk to this caller. Good morning. Good morning.
You see, the reason why that make it our money to that people they want to keep injection. That's why. And I hear people crying for their government. I see where we are some people were crying. Let's now equal. So I get that patient and see what the people will do. I beg you. Now they will be talking the bonus in nothing. That time the free money will coming. Every time your alarm will blow, your money will come. But now it's not coming. So they will say things are hard. So I patient and that patient and get fortune. Thank you.
Thank you as well for being part of the conversation. Let me take this caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. Let me say good morning to Liberian listening in radio. I just joined your show, but I think I can make my contribution based upon the previous call. Okay, so my point I want to make is that the reason I agree with God that things are not equal. During the real government, there are others who were working and then they were giving something to their family member at the end of the month. Because it is not coming, they are not working. The other people on the other side will be saying things are okay. So life is it's just like that. But overall, what is our concern? Okay? My concern is in real time and even every time we cry for injustice. Should we see injustice in this should we see justice in this government? Yes. During real time, we cry about ministers and directors building houses, not just from a salary, but from revenue generated on behalf of the Liberian people. Should we experience this in this government? No. Schools, children are sitting on the floor in Biboji, in grade school, and in the Grand Leeward counties. Should we experience it in this government? No. In the rural hospitals, drugs that are meant for patients are being taken away by medical personnel and even by ministers. And then they are sharing it to the rural counters in the rural community. Should we experience it in this government? No. Economically, how many Liberians are working?
Thank you. Thank you for making your point this morning. You know, Liberians, that's it. That's how you speak to some of the issues. And I want to close up on that note, because there is something I want to talk about before we conclude the broadcast this morning. And this is very key and cardinal. I want people to sit and listen with comprehension that you will in. Because we are seeing people, hear people in the 73 districts in Liberia and the 15 counties talk about some of these things, but some of them do not even know. But you know, our legislators, our lawmakers, honor our law. They got a special rule for legislators, presidential order, or from the Liberia Revenue Authority, granting them exemption when it comes to import duties and fees. So they have that, and they say a member of the legislature is allowed an exemption from import duties or two vehicles in the class of passenger automobiles or up to 2 tons pickup SUV or SUV per a calendar year. Now, but we will see that they will go above that. Some of our lawmakers, because of the duty-free, the privileges that they enjoy, you know, in the country, they talk about per a calendar year. The foregoing exemption shall extend to and cover the personal effect of a legislator. Maybe you bring in your furniture set for your house, But we see people bringing luxury vehicles, 10, 15 cell phones. Why poor Liberians are struggling to clear the goods at the port, but these people, and sometimes the district don't benefit from these things. Oh yeah, maybe the lawmaker, when he love it, he bring in not-for-profit items. He bring in drugs, maybe to be distributed in his district to public facility, to hospital or private clinics and whatsoever. Going to bring in school material. And when you look at the beneficiaries, they talk about legislature. You got some not-for-profit organizations that carry on, these things. That you apply for these things. But over the period of time, Liberians have seen that these privileges that we allow to our lawmakers over the period of time is so much that those who should be benefiting from it are yet to benefit. And if you look at the duty-free benefits or the beneficiaries, you understand. They say if any person makes or sign or causes to be made or sign or deliver or causes to be delivered to the Commissioner General or an officer, So our lawmaker, you can put in the request, or you bring in 2 vehicles. But you see, a lawmaker will go to bring from yellow machine, will bring one big truck, 2, 3 trucks, and want to have a DJ, and you don't have it there, but they come to do business. So sometimes they come from abroad at the airports. They got suitcases filled with cell phone, watches, and other things. They bring it, their wives to carry to the boutique and all of these things. But they want us to allow them to go. But the ordinary people, why? Why is it that we have given our lawmakers in this country a whole lot of privileges for them to just operate? But the poor people still struggle. Yet, these people will buy them cards. In 2 years, in 6 years, as a representative, you are allowed to have 2 vehicles. Government will buy you vehicles, but when you travel, you go to America, England, China, and other places, you buy a vehicle again, you buy 2, 3 vehicles, and you bring it, you want it to be free. So how do we hit 1 billion or 2 billion when we are allowing some of our officials of government to have all of the privileges? How do we hit the national GDP to say, well, today we got $1 billion in our budget, we got $2 billion in our budget? It would be very unrealistic to achieve that if we continue to have these things. Can we now go to revisit some of these things? Because these are people who are being paid well. Can they afford to clear up the goods when they come to the port? Or can we limit it? So what happens to other folks? Because the people in the district complaining, they cry. Though some of the lawmakers that are working, that's true, they take advantage of it, and in the name and in the interest of the people they represent. Some of them would bring in, they're having vocational schools and other things free, and they're helping people. So they bring in some of these things, teaching equipment and all of these things. Sometimes they give supply to other health centers, schools, supplies to other public and private schools and all of these things. Yes, these are folks who are working in the area. But the other folks, at times, they rob the government, they rob the people. Something that will help enhance their work, they also go and do financial gain out of it. So nobody will go to you and say, oh, gee, my brother sending me 1 card, or my brother sending me 2 cards, but I will give you something there, say for you, so you can put it on. You sell it. What is meant to enhance your work, you sell it. It's a time that we revisit some of it. Because the president talked about reform of our laws. The chief justice spoke about it. And we have said times to other that we are reaching a point where we need to have a total reform of our law. Because some of the things we have on the book are no longer benefiting the people. you know, we suspend payments for some of our lawmakers, other officials. Because even today, there are folks who are running charitable institutions in this country, but yet people are paying. But because enough for profit, when they declare, when they request, you know, to the Ministry of Finance, the Liberia, you know, business registrar or other places, and when they submit it to the LRA will look at these things and say, oh yeah, people are not bringing these things to make business. But today, we know some of our lawmakers. Today, we know some people from the private sector, ministers of gospel, imam and other folks who are benefiting hugely, acting like non-for-profit, but they are extorting money from people. They will submit these things, make the request, and when these things are granted, when they bring it to the country, people pay huge. Because we know people in this country, they say they're running schools that, you know, for the less fortunate or free, but they will tell people to go and register with chicken. You will carry this one, you carry that. What are they want open poultry factory? You see people, oh yeah. Some of the people, they will go, they travel to America or other parts of the world and make the case for the struggling people back home. They will raise money. They will ask government for duty free, and they will grant them. When they bring it, the people still do not benefit. That's how this country is being treated. From the past to the present, that's how it is. Some of them will claim, we have behind the pulpit. Oh, the men are ready. The men are past. You go, you tell the people different things, you come back. Some of you, your schools are very expensive, but your registry owner is not for profit. You only helping the people. But go there. Parents cannot even afford to send their children. But you lie. You rob government. How do we achieve a bigger envelope in terms of our national cake when we still see these things happen? Why are we paying people $5,000-6,000 US a month, and yet with Liberian dollar equivalent, and yet we give them these kind of privileges? We still get them the right to do this, to do that. They don't register vehicles. They get right. But you are struggling, lawmaker, the man, going to section and all of these things. So folks, I thought to bring this thing to you. Is it time that we see an end to these things? Because we're paying people money that they can afford to clear these things. Because the people say complaining, they're not benefiting. They wait till they wake up in the morning, they see the lawmaker with new vehicles, some like 3, 4. But yeah, we still buy vehicles for them. If you're a senator in 9 years, you're entitled to 3 vehicles. If you're a representative in 6 years, you're entitled to 2 vehicles. For a country like Liberia, why? But we go out there and begging people. Oh, you gotta help us. But when you see our folks back home, you see what they enjoy. We allot millions of dollars to one office. When other people in other countries, those leaders, the officers cannot even allot such a money in the national budget to run the offices. But in Liberia, we will say we're giving speaker 2.5 million, president 3.2, vice presidents, chief justice, and all of these things. But you still do not see any impact that will enhance the working, that will have a positive down effect in the lives of the people. I thought to bring this to you on the table this morning. Why? But because we see people are abusing it. They're selling these things. Something that is done free for you to enhance your work. You sell it. You extort money. You exploit the country. So keep playing the radio entertainment Liberia, but dial star 799 star 11 hatch, $100 Liberian or 70 cents US to play. You play multiple times and you win for yourself 4,000 or other fabulous prizes, motorbike, cell phone, other things on the line. But call us now on 0775 919 919 0880 919 919 are the 2 numbers you can certainly call us on to be part of the conversation this morning. You see, So these are some of the issues, these are some of the things. Liberian people are struggling. Sometimes some of them, when they bring their goods, they continue at the port to clear it. It's not something so easy. At the end of the day, they have to auction these things. They will have to sell it. Sometimes they don't benefit. But the people will bring luxury goods and expect it to fall in the category that is free, duty free. See? 0775 919 919 0880 919 919 are the two numbers you can call us on to be part of the program on this edition of the Morning Ride. I'm going to play you this song this morning, and later we'll open the lines. Okay, folks, I like to say good morning and welcome to the Morning Ride. Keep playing, radio entertainment Liberia, but dial star 799 star 11 hash, $100 Liberian dollars or 70 cents USD. Just go and play. Make sure you have money on your loan side MTN mobile account. Play multiple times. You stand a chance for me to call you and tell you exactly what you have won for yourself this morning. So it's just $100 Liberian dollars or 70 cents USD. So play 2, 3, 4, 5 times. You win 4,000 or other prizes that are available. Let's talk to our callers on the line on this issue that have been discussed. We're talking about this issue of the duty-free privileges allotted to our lawmakers that we see them abuse. Are we benefiting our constituents of the districts or the counties that we have our senators? But why are they bringing things that to benefit? Because churches are also involved in these things. It's not for profit. But you will see churches in this country, they got school, but members of those churches cannot afford to send their kids. What sort of country are we having? We buy cars for lawmakers, we give them free, duty free. But they bring in expensive goods and other things. They open stores for their wives, their children, and all of these people. But they will use that same duty free privileges that are allotted to them and bring in and commercialize things that they bring and maximum profit out of it. It's a time that we end these things because these are people who have been well paid as well. Let me talk to this caller. You're live.
Yeah, Mr. Brooks, once again, my name is Kay, my name for Dan to follow. All of this you have said, all problems for, some Liberians, we do not want to be on there, most of these problems is heavily rely on the legislators, the representatives, that of the senators. They have serious problems. We need serious reform, like the president has said. Not a reform, because you're going to be paying a representative for resident, you can make driving for the 5,000 and then for the free for again.
Yeah. We buy for the $5,000 car for the people, we get in the one, we pay driver, we pay security, we pay cook, we pay office staff. Then at the same time, then we tell them when you bring in this thing, the X amount of thing is free. But they will go and sell these things as well. So
The people that compete with that behavior they do in Liberian people. They only have Liberian. If you go free, if you go to that people, the even get continue. That's just a barrier for them. The amount of money they go, you want also everything. Yes, we think.
Okay, thank you. Let me talk to this caller. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Well, I can't complain. Good morning, me.
This is Elmo. You know, the problem we have right here is from all sectors of government, from most especially the first branch of government. So these are people who craft all of the law, and those laws they craft mostly in their favor. Look at what we talked about. They pay them huge sum of money. Then they give them privilege, to import, goods to the country free of charge. So these things, they are not good. So all of the sectors that problem in this country, you have the judiciary, you have the legislature, most especially the legislature and the judiciary as a whole. So these are people who delay, cases, and as a result of which sometimes you find, more violence and all these things. How long does it take to adjudicate it? And sometimes they try to look at what the justice was okay, 3 times, then for 10 years. I mean, it makes sense at all. So these people, they don't mean well for this country. They just want their family to be rich and the gentlemen of the masses. And this is not good. It's got to stop this kind of. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's talk to other callers. Good morning. Let me talk to other callers. You're live.
Good morning, Robert.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Okay, this is Crystal. I want you to look at this side. It's not only car we're looking at. Let's look at even the poor houses they build. They are paying them for the houses. They're living in the house. Can you imagine that? You're paying them also. So I don't want to just look at a car.
No, we're not looking at car.
Okay? So it's right that we go back to TTHE. Let the people go and review that document and see how they can reduce those emissions of the development cost. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Let's talk to this caller. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
What I can complain. Good morning, me.
Okay, my name is Darius Chidore, and I don't join you on River Community Good Forum. Straight to the point, our problem in this country, is the legislators. Because if those people know that functions not be on the issue of development to move the country and country forward, our country won't be in this way. The legislator will pay them all that money, and some of them, they can even go back and have good infrastructures in the district that they represent. For me, I'm from Riverside County. My county got 2 districts, and sometimes I wonder why the reason my 2 districts cannot really be developed on the infrastructures. But we're back to vehicles. We says, yeah, for those people. For the show, Liberia will be Liberia.
Thank you as well. Let's talk to this caller. Good morning.
Good morning, information group. And it's All the thing when it comes to this duty-free issue, it's too much for the guy. I think they're supposed to be the one that paying high taxes when it comes to the duty places onto the motor. Because you should be there and buying a car for a man, giving them a free lesson plate, with a type of salary, allowances. Even if they're getting on the all. The people are putting, we are putting them into school. Then yet and still, they are making different all of the country. And to speak, other people are there. People coming in, they are freeing the people good instead of. They are in the need of themselves. Acting that because of their guidance of ability of free things, they need to stop. And this is the country. Ourselves as a therapist, you see all the time calling when they talk about food, we want to talk about solution. We call it food every day. What is the solution the community, the district, the nation is doing to stop this thing? We need to put ourselves together now. Thank you.
Let's talk to this caller. You're live. morning, sir. Thank you as well. Good morning.
Good morning, Wiki.
Good morning, sir.
People of Liberia. This is Adam B. Julius Malema Sharif, and I joined this conversation for electoral district number 6, Motherwell Country. To the point, Wiki. You know, in our country, I always say, there are 3 branches of government, but the legislature is more corrupt than any other government branch in Liberia. Because if you look at, even from our side, because I always discuss about my side, which is district number 6, Representative Samuel Arrow NLT, only there, he is the lobby for a African Dream Academy, which is the both hospital and the school. Because if you look at district number 6, he takes almost 2 years to build a district office, while he takes less than 6 months to build a children's clinic for himself and his family. Today, now look at when we were into the election period, school effort asked him, what is the budget for that clinic in your district? What is the budget of allocation for your hospital or your clinic? He discussed exactly what is the budget of his clinic, but when they ask him for the budget of the government hospital or the clinic in the district, he said he doesn't have idea on it. What a lawmaker will be in a district, then he said he does not have idea on the government hospital or the clinic in the district. So I'm very, very heartbroken if we are discussing about lawmaker issue in this country, to be frank.
Okay, thank you. Let's talk to other callers. Good morning. What a okay, we hear.
Oh, you see, these guys there in lawmakers, moving there, but I used to come to do business. They are credit from the government, so kind of way. These guys go there, I'm going to watch information, you see, all the bosses is going on to be free. But why are the bosses not? The bosses are business, making all making money. Majority of the people agree, trust that people are saying it's going to be free. But if you know, I'm making business all in. The money that's going to come to the government now, you're not seeing the government using the military to finish it from there and to not do business. But so where else will the government prove it? No money. How will the government get money to business? When we're even setting the water, we're roughly the government. The people in the government are doing but that's not way.
Thank you. Let's talk to other callers. Your life.
Good morning, Rory.
Good morning, sir.
I'm in a Ghana. The only thing I'm going to do, what do I now for the doctor? I have more right now. Me and the senator, if more, 2 senators in one country, they may all the in a money or this is not the benefit of Canada. I've taken a government fund or another one. I will have the country for no around this would not.
Okay, we had the time to do that, but the information was not provided to educate the people on that, because the former president also proposed in all of the propositions, but he was talking about reducing the presidency, the Senate, all the tenure for the time those people and wanting to change our electoral date, but they failed to provide the education, so people thought it was wrong. But good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Go.
But let me tell you something. When the government want us, everybody to leave the Senate on the capital building will go there. Because they are enjoying for us too much. It's not getting out of resources for us too much. What? Duty-free, lawmaker will be getting duty-free, will be getting salary, will be good. For what? So that's what, that each person will go to represent themselves at the capital building for our benefit. Because we will not be there to be benefiting and will be suffering.
The both opening restaurant for themselves all now.
Yeah, so it will be better we are for them and do the same thing.
Okay, thank you. Folks, that's how we draw the curtains on this edition of the Morning Ride. It's been a wonderful time having all of the conversation from you folks. Well, if we did not get you through, it was not intentional. If you did, hope you spoke well and made your point. We're here for Liberia and not for a political party or individual. But that's how I say, thanks for joining the conversation. I'm Wiggy Brooks. Sakano been here with us this morning, taking control of the sounds and video. And you, thanks for watching, thanks for listening as well. Have a wonderful time. I'll talk to you on tomorrow. Have a very good day.
The university have buses to commute students to and fro. They were going to make sure make sure in addressing the issues of the sanitation outlook and making sure the university is more hygienic, and we're going to make sure faculties are paid. So that has to do with the 4 major issues that they said they were going to address. Of the major issues they said they were going to address, they have not addressed any because they said they were going to pay the faculty for their 3 months salary. They have not paid, they only paid them for